Hey financial warriors, welcome to the show, and today I want to show you a new way to buy treasury bills that is way more convenient than the US government's antiquated Treasury Direct website, which is so retro it gives the impression it still runs on dial-up internet and floppy disks. Actually, this is a floppy disk themed coaster. I bought it especially for this video. Anyway, in this video, I want to show you the new Treasury account on public.com and how you can use it to earn up to 5% or even more on your money depending what the Fed does with interest rates in the future. But first, we do need to explain exactly what treasuries are, then show you how many people have been buying them on the US government website, and then we'll show you how much easier it is on public.com when compared to other options for buying US Treasury bills. And just for disclosure, Public did sponsor this video, but I hope that I can give you a very clear comparison of public.com versus Treasury Direct, and then you can make up your own mind as to which you think is better. So you may have heard of the US national debt, which is currently running at $31 trillion. Treasuries are basically little portions of that debt that you can buy, and then the US government pays you for holding them. Interest rates are going up because the Fed is trying to rein in inflation that was caused by, well, themselves, basically, but namely all of the money that's been printed over the past few years. This means that interest rates on treasury bills, notes, and bonds are trending up. Now, notes and bonds are longer-term treasuries, and treasury bills are the shorter-term ones. They come in lengths of 4, 8, 13, 17, 26, and 52 weeks. And currently, the 26-week treasury, which is 6 months, pays the highest interest rate of any US government security at almost 5% as of just before this video went live. Some of the rates you may see later in the video are just ever so slightly lower because some of the screen recordings we made were done a couple of weeks ago. So if you're considering a strategy to invest in treasuries right now, this is one that should be considered. Then how do you buy them? Well, the traditional way is to use the US government's website, Treasury Direct. So you start by inserting the disk and then, no, I'm kidding. You search for it on Google. Here it is. Then you go sign in and it asks you for an account number, which was emailed to you when you first signed up. So you go get that from your email, and then you get a one-time passcode also in your email. Then you get this screen where you're shown a picture of something that supposedly reminds you that this is your account. I get this gambling chip, which I think is what I chose when I first signed up. I don't know. And then you have to enter your password on this on-screen keyboard. Yeah, that's right. You use the mouse to click these virtual keys, and then you are finally in. Now, to buy treasuries, you need to buy them at upcoming auctions. But the only place where you can find an interest rate for treasury bills on the site is by looking at the results of previous auctions, which gives you a clue as to what the rate at the next auction might be, but it's not that accurate, since the rate could change before the next auction. So it's best to cross-reference it with business news sites like CNBC that will give you a real-time rate. Then the way it works on Treasury Direct is that you buy the bills at a discount, and when the bill matures in 6 months, if you bought the 6-month treasury, the full face value of the bill will be paid back to you. So the difference between the discount and the full face value at maturity is your profit. For example, if you bought a 6-month treasury bill at a 5% interest rate, that interest rate is annualized and the bill is only 6 months, so that's effectively halving it. So your interest rate would actually be 2.5% for the 6 months. So you would buy the $100 bill for $97.50, and then you would get $100 paid to you in 6 months' time. T-bills are sold in increments of $100, by the way, just in case that wasn't obvious. This makes it really easy to lose track of the interest, but also since Treasury Direct just takes the discounted rate out of your bank account and then puts back the full face value of the bill 6 months later, with no warning, it makes it really easy to lose track of the money. I got this payment for $400 from Treasury Direct a month or so ago, and there was no email telling me I'd been paid, no push notification in the mobile app. Actually, there's not even a mobile app. So it is really easy to not realize you've been paid and then just spend the money. And that brings us to Public's new treasury investing product. Now, Public is an investing platform with mobile and web apps where you can trade stocks, crypto, and even things like fine art and collectibles. You can also see the public profiles of many of your favorite influencers. Like me, for example, just search at the Credit Shifu to see my public investments. And the newest investment vehicle they've now added is Treasuries. And it's super easy to use because your Treasuries show up in your account right next to your stocks, your cryptos, and your first edition Charizard Pokemon card. No, don't invest in that unless you know what you're doing, okay? That wasn't financial advice. But anyway, I recently set up a Treasury investing account on public.com, and I'm going to show you how to do it. When you log into your account, you'll see all your positions here, and then there is this little box inviting you to earn 4.7% on your cash with a Treasuries account. Now, 4.7% was the rate when I opened my account and made this screen recording. It's a little higher now, so just ignore that percentage. So click Learn More, and you get to this screen with a bit of info about Treasuries and the option to enable Treasuries. So let's go ahead and enable. Once you are enabled, this button changes to buy, and you can now buy Treasuries. So click buy, and you can buy in increments of $100 because that's how Treasuries are sold. And you can use cash either from an external account or from your buying power with Public. Then you get a screen where Public explains that your yield will be locked at purchase. When your bill matures, Public will automatically buy a new one to replace it, and only then will the interest rate change to whatever it is at that time. But that all kind of goes on behind the scenes, and the interest from the T-bills accumulates in your account as cash, and that then gets reinvested into more T-bills once you have $100. So you don't need to worry about managing it, it's all done for you. You will be able to view your yield to maturity, which is the average interest rate on all the T-bills that you have bought in your account, plus any cash that is in there. Since you may have T-bills in there that have been bought over several months, which could give you either a lower or higher average interest rate than the current rate on Treasury bills. You can see mine is slightly lower than the current rate, but if I was to buy now at the next auction, which would presumably be higher because the Fed just raised rates, you would start to see my average rate rising. And the cool thing is you can cash out at any time if you need the money. You can access your funds before your T-bills reach maturity. Your total rate of return might change a bit if you withdraw early, but on public.com there are no minimum hold periods or settlement delays, so your cash is always within reach. Now, for disclosure, Public does charge a small management fee of 0.05% per month, which works out at about 0.5% per year, 0.6 to be exact. Now, this isn't that dissimilar to the expense ratio on many ETFs that people invest in every day, and I think for the average person, it's a small price to pay for having your treasuries effectively managed for you, buying back in at the right times, and also the ability to be able to withdraw money at any time. Plus, you don't have to be subjected to the Treasury Direct website. Also, treasuries are exempt from state and local taxes, which is a big advantage to people in high-tax states like New York and California, since other types of interest-bearing account alternatives like high-yield savings accounts and CDs are subject to state and local taxes. But with treasuries, you only pay federal tax on the income, not state and local. That alone may wipe out Public's fee, especially for people in those high tax states, when comparing it to a savings account or a CD. All right, guys, so that is a demonstration of Public's new Treasuries platform. I hope you guys have found it helpful. And if you want to earn around 4.9% on your cash, backed by the US government, go to public.com/Ben Hedges or click the link below and get started today. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.